Hollywood. ESPN's Shams Charania is reporting the shooting guards agreed to a buyout with the Suns, plans to join the Clippers, 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after clearing waivers. Beal's giving back nearly $14 million of the $110 million on the final 2 years of his contract to complete the buyout with Phoenix. The move allows Beal to serve as a major addition to a playoff contender in the West and gives the Suns team-building flexibility, explained Shams.
Phoenix Suns are now officially fully out of the first and second apron. They can essentially decide, do they want to be a luxury tax team? They can even go fully out of the luxury tax this offseason. They also now unfreeze some of their draft picks, so they're going to have more tradable draft picks moving forward. And they'll have some money, too. They're going to have $7 or $8 million with their mid-level.
WNBA, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark questionable against the New York Liberty tonight due to a right groin injury. Scottie Scheffler, betting favorite to win the Open Championship, plus 550 according to ESPN Bet Lines. Rory McIlroy's the next best odds at plus 750.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
With me.
And the ESPN studio in New York.
And Harry Douglas.
This is Freddie and Harry.
I'm a competitor, Freddie.
I know you are.
Like, y'all see me in meetings when it comes to little stuff. Like y'all know this stuff eats at my core, man.
And now you got two more of your Harry acolytes that are going to take over the world, and Harrison, your daughter, and Princey, your son.
So, both of them, ultra competitors.
Yeah, I know.
Like, hey, we compete in this damn house. I FaceTimed my son last night. He's at my parents' house, right? And they're playing the game Trouble.
Right. Oh,
And,
really?
I asked my son, I said, you winning? And he has a little attitude. No, Grandma Stephanie's winning. And he's mad. But I like that. I want my son to be mad. Don't sit there and lose and be happy-go-lucky.
Next thing you know, he's throwing over the Trouble game like a game of dominoes.
And then when he win, he up there shaking his little hips. I won. That's my boy.
This is Freddie and Harry.
And welcome to the best show on your radio. It is the Afternoon Cool Edition on the SB Day 2025 when it comes to Freddie and Harry. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. We're presented by Progressive Insurance, and we are here on the ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80. Don't forget about us and tune in, and always tell your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. 10 minutes away from hearing the speech that continues to galvanize people more than 30 years after it was first announced and broadcast on ESPN, which led to the ESPY's Day that we have right now when it comes to SB Day 2025 that comes your way in about 10 minutes. Don't forget to donate at v.org/donate. That is v.org/donate, because your donations always will help those, especially someone along the lines of Weston Herman Jr., a 5-time survivor, and also after enduring chemotherapy. He is now a boss hockey player for Florida Lions North, part of the 18 and under AAA team as a forward. Can't wait to hear his story right now here on Freddie and Harry. And Weston, I mentioned, 5-time survivor. You endured chemotherapy and too many surgeries to count. What keeps you mentally strong, even when you have a tough day that is not going to go away anytime soon?
Yeah, so I would say kind of what main things that keep me going. I had a system of the 3 F's. So, my family, my faith, and my friends. That has kind of been a main thing of kind of what kept me going. Emotionally, but I think physically a big thing that kept me going was hockey. That was kind of a huge thing that kind of I would always look forward to no matter what I was going through, and kind of looking back at it. Just the people around me, whether it was a foundation or an organization, just people who were supporting me and supporting others, that kind of really kept me going throughout everything.
Weston, I would also say this, man. You really know who your friends are when you go through challenging times, and the family that you can count on as well. And, your faith, sometimes it may be tested, but when you hold on and you fight through it and you get through it like yourself, great things are on the other side as well. But I want to ask you about Jimmy V's speech. What was it about his speech that helped you through your recovery?
I mean, I mean, you kind of look at it, and it's kind of the main point of his whole speech was don't give up, don't ever give up. So kind of that whole thing kind of really triggered the competitiveness in me throughout my entire battle of I'm not going to let this one beat me. I'm going to beat it. Throughout all 5 times of it, it was kind of just used that speech that even though it was, I mean, the message was made, back in 1993, it's kind of still held on today, and kind of really has been an inspiration to me, and I'm sure an inspiration to others of kind of just making sure that you don't ever give up, and that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, like you kind of said, and that, I mean, no matter what, you're gonna beat it.
Graced up by Weston Herman Jr. from Florida Alliance North, 18 and under, AAA AAU team when it comes to playing hockey. He plays forward for that team, joining us on SB Day 2025 on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you're a 5-time survivor dealing with cancer. And you said that hockey gave you the strength to recover after each cancer treatment. What was that one moment, Weston, when you said to yourself, I'm on the ice after all I've gone through, and I'm thinking, you know what? I really got a superpower going on right now.
You know, it was kind of just a realization that, you know, every time I was out at the ice, you know, I didn't really think of anything else. It was kind of, I was so dead set of doing what I wanted to and kind of thinking about kind of what I wanted to think about rather than thinking about, you know, all the terrible things that were kind of going on around me. So just coming to the realization that, you know, I'm out on the ice and that's all I can think about. That's all I wanted to do. So kind of my whole point was, why would I look at something that's so bad when I can look at something that's so good? So kind of just a huge thing was just figuring out what I wanted to do and what I enjoyed doing and not really letting anything kind of hold me back from that. And I think that's a huge thing that, you know, other people can kind of like trail behind, is kind of just finding what they enjoy doing. And it really makes the whole process a lot easier, just not focusing on, you know, the bad stuff.
It's the gratitude and the perspective, man. And I'm proud of you, Weston. I want to ask you this, you know, has there been a game or a goal that stands out the most during your time playing hockey on your comeback journey?
You know, I would say I'm grateful for any single one that I've kind of had. I mean, I don't want to take for granted any single, even just time on ice that I've had, because realistically I shouldn't have any. But, you know, kind of looking at it, I would go straight from my chemo treatment straight to the ice. And I remember one time, granted I was a lot younger, but I went straight from, it was a Wednesday, kind of had my chemo treatments on Wednesday, kind of did that, and then just was only focused on hockey the night before. I ended up scoring, I think, like 4 goals and had like 3 assists or something.
Show off.
But I just remember, you know, even though I just came from the hospital doing all that and being able to just be on the ice, that's enough for me.
Wow.
Who is your favorite hockey player?
That's a tough question. I mean, I really, especially because I'm from Florida, kind of been able to experience kind of everything that the Lightning have done for me. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they have been a huge inspiration for me and a huge support group that's kind of been. So it would be hard to even pick one, but, you know, I'm so grateful for everything that they've done for me, them specifically. So anyone on the Tampa Bay Lightning, I know, you know, big part of throughout my battle was Stamkos. He was a big one there. So it was a tough one to see when he got traded over to Nashville. That was a tough loss there. I would say, you know, Brandon Point has always been a big kind of inspiration hockey-wise. Kind of just felt like I always had a similar play alike with him. So that was kind of Stamkos and Point were always my 2 big ones.
Wow. Graced up by Weston Herman Jr. He plays hockey for Florida Alliance North, part of the 18 and under team in AAA, joining us on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app on SB Day 2025. Plenty of us growing up were comic book readers. Not too many of us can inspire a comic book like you did, called Center Ice, which was created to raise awareness for pediatric cancer. having a chance to have that inspiration going that way. What did that Project Western really mean to you, and what kind of message you're hoping it's going to deliver to anybody out there that has a chance to reach center ice?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of caught me by surprise, kind of the way they approached me, because I wasn't really even thinking that I could be able to make something out of that. Mm-hmm. It was kind of just a whole different type of way that I could kind of put out my story and kind of just influence others to kind of just be a problem and help people try to fix it.
Right.
Specifically, obviously, pediatric cancer, just to kind of see the problem that it is. It was cool to just put out my story in a different form, and kind of, a cool way that kind of brings together all types of people that kind of, kids could read a comic book, and parents can kind of see kind of just the whole perspective of everything, and kind of just, it was pretty cool to just put it into a different perspective and be able to make something like that.
Hey, Weston, we draw inspiration from plenty of people through all walks of life. I guarantee you, people who just heard your story will find that inspiration from you. Keep on keeping on. Keep finding the back of the net, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. And thanks so much, Weston.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Graced by Weston Herman Jr. from Florida Lions North. He plays forward for the 18 and under AAA team. A 5-time Harry Douglas cancer survivor. Nothing is going to defeat a guy like that when it comes to Weston Herman Jr.
Very resilient and also thankful for life. Gratitude. And Weston, I'm rooting for you, man. You have a friend in me and Freddie Coleman.
Absolutely.
And everyone on this show.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And because of your donations, for example, the v.org/donate, you allow a story like Weston Herman Jr. to not be stopped. It's going to continue and continue and continue. And he mentioned that he got inspired by the speech that plenty of people, millions of people, have gotten inspired by when it came to the late, great Jimmy Valvano at the ESPYs in 1993, giving his speech. It never, ever gets old. It is always, always going to hold up well.
To me, there are 3 things we all should do every day. If we do this every day of our life, you're going to have, what a wonderful, number 1 is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number 2 is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number 3 is you should have your emotions moved to tears. Could be happiness or joy. But think about it. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, you're going to have something special. And so I can't help. I rode on the plane up today with Mike Krzyzewski, my good friend and a wonderful coach. What people don't realize, he's a 10 times better person than he is a coach. And we know he's a great coach. He's meant a lot to me in these last 5 or 6 months of my battle. But when I look at Mike, I think we competed against each other as players. I coached against him for 15 years. And I always have to think about what's important in life is to think, to me, of 3 things: where you started, where you are, and where you're going to be. Those are the 3 things that I try and do every day. And, when I think about getting up and giving a speech, I can't help it. I have to remember the first speech I ever gave. I was coaching at Rutgers University. That was my first job. That's wonderful. And I was the freshman coach. That's when freshmen played on freshman teams. And I was so fired up about my first job. I see Coach Holtz here. What was it like the first job you had, right? The very first time you stood in the locker room to give a pep talk. That's a special place, the locker room, for a coach to give a talk. So my idol as a coach was Vince Lombardi. And I read this book called Commitment to Excellence by Vince Lombardi. And in the book, Lombardi talked about the first time he spoke before his Green Bay Packer team in a locker room. They were perennial losers. And I'm reading this, and Lombardi said he was thinking, should it be a long talk, a short talk? But he wanted to be emotional. He said, be brief. And this is what he did. He normally you get in a locker room, 25 minutes, a half hour before the team takes the field. You do your little X and O's, and then you give the great Newt Rockney talk. We all do. Speech number 84. You pull them right out. You get ready. Get your squad ready. This is the first one I ever gave. And I read this thing, Lombardi, what he said was he didn't go in. He waited. His team was wondering, where is he? Where is this great coach? He's not there. 10 minutes. He's still not there. 3 minutes before they have to take the field, Lombardi comes in, bangs the door open, and I think you all remember what great presence he had, right? Great presence. And he walked in, and he just walked back and forth like this. Just walk. staring at the players. And he said, all eyes on me. I'm reading this in this book, and I'm getting a picture of this Lombardi before his first game. And he said, gentlemen, we will be successful this year. You can focus on 3 things and 3 things only. Your family, your religion, and the Green Bay Packers. And he like that. And the rest of it, they knocked the walls down. The rest was history. I said, that's beautiful. I'm going to do that. Your family, your religion, and Rutgers basketball. That's it. I had it. Listen, I'm 21 years old. The kids I'm coaching are 19. All right? And I'm going to be the greatest coach in the world, the next Lombardi. And I'm ready. And I'm practicing out right beside the locker room. The manager's telling me, you got to go in. Not yet, not yet. Family, religion, Rutgers basketball. All eyes on me. I got it. And now finally he said, 3 minutes. I said, fine. True story. I go to knock the doors open, just like Lombardi. Boom! It didn't open. I almost broke my arm. I was like, it was when it didn't open. Now I'm down. The players are looking. Coach, help the coach up. Help him up. And now I did like Lombardi. I walked back and forth, right? And I was going like that with my arm, get the feeling back in it. And finally I said, gentlemen, all eyes on me. These kids wanted to play. They're 19. Let's go. I said, gentlemen, we'll be successful this year if you can focus on 3 things and 3 things only. They said, yeah. I said, your family, your religion, and the Green Bay Packers, I told them. I did that. I remember that. I remember where I came from. It's so important to know where you are. And I know where I am right now. How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? And I think you have to have an enthusiasm for life. You have to have a dream, a goal. You have to be willing to work for it. I talked about my family. My family is so important. People think I have courage. The courage of my family is my wife, Pam, my 3 daughters here, Nicole, Jamie, Leanne, my mom, who is right here, too. And that screen is flashing up there 30 seconds like I care about that screen right now, huh? I got tumors all over my body. I'm worried about some guy in the back going 30 seconds, huh? You got a lot. Hey, phenomenal, buddy. You got a lot. All right, I just got one last thing. I urge all of you, to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have, to spend each day with some laughter and some thought, to get your emotions going, to be enthusiastic every day. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said nothing great can be accomplished without enthusiasm, to keep your dreams alive in spite of problems, whatever you have, to be able to work hard for your dreams to come true, become a reality. Now I look at where I am now, and I know what I want to do. What I would like to be able to do is to spend whatever time I have left and to give and maybe some hope to others. All right? Arthur Ashe Foundation is a wonderful thing. And AIDS, the amount of money pouring in for AIDS is not enough, but it is significant. But if I told you it's 10 times the amount that goes in for cancer research, I also tell you that 500,000 people will die this year of cancer. And I also tell you that 1 in every 4 will be afflicted with this disease. And yet, for somehow, we seem to have put it in a little bit of the background. I want to bring it back on the front table. We need your help. I need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love. And it's very important. And ESPN has been so kind to support me in this endeavor and allow me to announce tonight that with ESPN's support, which means what? Their money and their dollars, that they're helping me, we are starting the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. And its motto is, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Every minute that I have left, I will thank God for the day and the moment I have. And if you see me, smile and maybe give me a hug, because that's important to me too. But try, if you can, to support, whether it's AIDS or the Cancer Foundation, so that someone else might survive, might prosper, and might actually be cured of this dreaded disease. I can't thank ESPN enough for allowing this to happen, and I'm going to work as hard as I can, for cancer research, and hopefully maybe we'll have some cures and some breakthroughs. And I'd like to think I'm going to fight my brains out to be back here again next year for the Arthur Ashe recipient. I want to give it next year. I know I've got to go. I've got to go, and I've got one last thing. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
And it's still
and those
going to
three
hold up.
things are going to carry on forever. I thank you, and God bless you all.
From 1993 to now, it still holds up. The Jim Valvano speech at the ESPY's back in 1993. Part of what is always one of our favorite days, ESPY Day 2025, right here on Freddie and Harry with Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. About 20 minutes ago, we heard from Weston Herman Jr., who's overcome cancer 5 times, and now he's playing hockey at 18 years of age. Well, somebody overcame cancer and got to the National Football League. That person will join us after Harry gives you this word from Grainger.
As you know, managing maintenance, repair, and operations is never easy. But for the ones who always rise to the challenge, Grainger definitely has your back. From professional-grade products you can count on to fast, dependable delivery, they're there to help you keep things running smoothly. Plus, their technical product specialists are here to help answer all of your toughest questions. And because Grainger knows safety is always a priority, they're committed to being your partner in protecting both your people and your facilities. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Stevie J Broadcasting, with our studios here in the center of the universe, is excited about all the things coming along with Philo's sesquicentennial celebration. On Thursday, July 17th, enjoy Philo's Got Talent and an opportunity for you to be a part of this variety show. Friday, July 18th with Farm Day, the Kitty Tractor Pull starts at 6. Next Thing Smokin' hits the stage at 8. And on Saturday, July 19th, it's Family and Kids Day. Sign up for the 5K now. There's a 1K walk and a Kid Fun Run, brought to you by Campus Inc. and Illinois Marathon. The Philo Parade is July 19th, starting at 11. Then you can view the antique vehicles with the Illini Collector Car Club doing their show at noon. It's the Philo sesquicentennial finale on Sunday the 20th, a pork chop and hot dog dinner along with 90s daughter, then the fireworks around 9:15. Learn more about Philo's 150th anniversary celebration at thevillageofphilo.com.
Tell me about Gale Frericks Trucking.
We're doing great right now with freight and drivers. We do have a couple of spots. For July, I'm going to go ahead. We did last month, and it was great, and it filled up what we had available. I'm going to go ahead and do a $4,000 sign-on bonus for the month of July. And with the reminder that the drivers that are with us when harvest starts will be the first ones that have the opportunity to haul grain in the fall. There'll be about 4 or 5 of those spots open. That means they're home every night. They're making a good paycheck every day. Now, they do have to work on the weekends some during harvest because that's all dictated by the weather, but we have several people that enjoy doing that.
You bet.
So if somebody is interested in that, get on with us now, get some regional work in, and be ready to go harvest in the fall.
Give us that contact information.
Email me at timo@gftlog.com or call me 765-793-7131 and hit 4 when the auto attendant answers.
We're talking to John Reichert from A&R Mechanical. 100 years in our community. So many buildings in this town, like Memorial Stadium. Of course, the State Farm Center. Can you remember the reaction from the company getting that? Because that's a big one.
Oh, that was huge. If you just think about it a little bit, everything we put in is straight, pipe is straight. We're putting all that into a round building. And, it took a lot of know-how to make that project happen. It was one of the first projects we did using our new technologies. And the timing was just right. We were the right people for that project, and I think we did it successfully.
The legacy of A&R. John, I could almost say, what haven't you built? Up and down campus, the Siebel Center was fairly new for computer science.
Everybody was working as a team, and I think it came out very well.
A&R Mechanical has helped build Carl at the Fields expansion and other Carl projects in Provena and Sarah Bush Lincoln. The list goes on and on. Visit them at ar-mech.com.
Urbana's Market at the Square has been cultivating a vibrant scene in CU since 1979. Get to know your farmers, bringing locally harvested honey, crafts, jewelry, art, fresh cut flowers, plus produce including fresh leafy greens and root vegetables, fresh baked treats, and a wide selection of proteins. Going on now, every Saturday, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine, it's Urbana Market at the Square. Find Urbana Market on Facebook or urbanamarket.org.
Downtown Champaign is bringing the heat this summer, and as a member of Champaign Center Partnership, you've got an all-access pass. Have you checked out the covered stage for performances? Friday Night Live from 6 to 9. Tuesdays from 3 to 6. Enjoy local produce and tunes with the Champaign Farmers Market. Downtown Champaign Sound Bites gives you lunchtime performers from 11:45 to 1:15 on Thursdays. ChampaignCenter.com.
Preventative care is a key factor in maintaining your overall health. Don't delay your health care. If you haven't already scheduled your annual wellness checkup and any recommended screenings and immunizations, do it today. Christie Clinic primary care physicians have same-day appointments available. Talk to a Christie Clinic physician about important screenings and immunizations. You don't want to delay. Make an appointment today at ChristieClinic.com and click on online scheduling. Take care of yourself and put your health first.
Beal reports ESPN's Shams Charania. He's expected to sign with the Clippers, 2 years, $11 million, with a player option after clearing waivers. So what will Beal need to show in L.A.? ESPN NBA analyst Iman Shumpert weighs in.
Understanding that you're coming to play with James Harden, understanding how we're going to space this floor, how am I going to help him at the end of games when I feel like the indecisiveness comes in, the 3 minutes of no scoring happening, not being able to get certain mismatches on the other end. So now you're going to have to be able to step up and guard somebody you weren't normally going to guard.
Beal's giving back almost $14 million out of the $110 million on the final 2 years of his contract to complete the buyout with the Suns. WNBA, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark questionable against the New York Liberty tonight with a right groin injury. Scottie Scheffler, betting favorite to win the Open Championship, plus 550 according to ESPN Bet Lines.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Thursday, we continue our ESPN Radio Rank 'em series with my top 5 fan bases. And will my fellow Packers fans finish first? Tune in to Unsportsmanlike to find out. 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
We need your help. I need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love. And it's very important.
This is ESPY Day at ESPN. If you're able, please join us today in supporting the V Foundation for Cancer Research. 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Go to v.org/donate now.
And you can also share your stories on the Freddie and Harry call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776 with Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman, ESPY Day 2025 on Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We had a great conversation. not even 20 minutes ago, involving a young man, 18 years of age, who has beaten cancer 5 times. He's now is playing hockey as a forward for the Florida Lions North AAU team at 18 and under when it comes to Weston Herman Jr. Another man who I am proud to say that I can call a friend because we worked together on a couple of things, overcame cancer, made the National Football League. And he is Mark Herzlich, former NFL linebacker and Super Bowl champion. Always great to have him share his story about 2009, Mark, when it comes to May. You were diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma on May of that year. You told your dad, and it went viral with, "I'll beat this thing," and you did not feel sorry for yourself. How much do you look back on that day and say to yourself, I knew I could beat it, and I'm glad I was able to prove myself right?
Well, Freddie, Harry, both you guys are friends, and thank you for having me on the show. Yeah, you go back to those moments in your life, and sometimes, we all have moments in our life that aren't the best moments, and sometimes they stick with you. But I remember being told you have cancer, and I remember the feeling of this sinking feeling of, oh my gosh, is there any hope in this? And it was shortly after that where I made that comment to my dad of, Dad, I'm going to beat this, and I'm going to play football again. And I will say that I had to will myself to believe that those words many times during my battle. And there was a sort of desperate confidence that I had in that moment because that was really my only option. My only option was to beat it if I wanted to keep living my life, obviously. And so yeah, I mean, there were moments of fear. I can't tell you that every single moment I was saying, hey, look, I'm going to beat this. I know I'm going to beat this. This is exactly how it's going to go. I mean, there were many nights where I'd lay in bed just not being able to sleep, absolutely scared to death of what my future might look like. And there's many kids out there that I've spoken to who have that same sort of feeling when they're diagnosed, and it's a very lonely, isolating feeling. And the best thing and the biggest thing that happened to me during my time was, community coming around me, and then being introduced to the love of God and putting my faith in something bigger than just a diagnosis or a medicine.
Powerful, Mark. Very, very, very powerful. I want to ask you this question, right? Because a lot of times when you can play whatever sport it may be and do it at a very, very high level, the ones that are like very dynamic and good, they can take their mind to a different place. They can go to a place or a destination that many cannot. How much did you do that when you were trying to beat cancer and make sure that you got back on that football field? How much did playing a sport, the game of football, and some of the things that you had went through, even though it wasn't as serious as, cancer, how much of that did you lean on that, I have a little bit of experience in this area, and I'm going to tap into it a little bit more to be able to get back to playing football?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're exactly right. And I think there's your mental ability to push past what you feel like your body can physically do, right? And that's developed and learned through training. And we've all done it as athletes, and you don't have to be just an athlete to experience that. I mean, even like I'm 38 years old now, right? Like I hardly consider myself an athlete anymore, but I run, and I go on runs now, which I never did before. And this morning I was on a run, got up at 5:30 a.m., went out on a run, and I'm not running a long distance, but I get to a point in every single run where I'm saying, man, this Peloton outdoor run's telling me I got to run an extra 2 minutes at this pace. I can't do that. Like, I'm dying right now. But you push through it, right? And you're like, you get done to those 2 minutes, like, wow, like I didn't think I could do it, but like 2 minutes a time I could get through. And so it's like, it was that same sort of mentality that, comes and really you get trained at through athletics and through, high level training, that when your mind says you want to stop or that you have to stop, and that's a bigger thing. It's like a lot of us want to stop, but we feel like we can push a little farther. And then you get to the point where you feel like I have to stop. And then you can push a little further. And that's the training that happens. And so, so that was a big part of just the resilience of waking up every day and going to treatment. Wow. My doctor and my nurse talked to me a lot about, hey, part of the reason why this doesn't work for some people is because they can't continue it. They can't stay on schedule. And so I told myself, look, I am staying on schedule. Like, I don't care what it takes. Every morning that I'm supposed to have chemotherapy, every morning that I'm supposed to have radiation, I'm going to go and I'm going to be there. I'm going to show up. And that was, a lot of that came from training. And then, it was also visualizing. You learn how to visualize things during sports. And I remember during my senior year of college that I was diagnosed, and I made myself a highlight video because I had a goal and I wanted to play football again. And to me, playing football again signified not only did I beat cancer, but I was able to get back to the life that I had beforehand, right? And so I made this highlight video of myself playing football because when I would get really down or really depressed or, feeling like, oh, man, what's my future going to look like, I would pop on that video and I would visualize myself doing those things again. And, that mental place, that got me over the hump many times.
You got back on the football field for Boston College in 2010, but in 2012, you were able to win a Super Bowl. What was that feeling like after everything that you had went through?
I mean, it was nuts. I mean, it was just like, am I in a movie right now? What is happening? Right? You think about, that team, right? And you think that, Mario Manningham had a huge catch on the sideline of that game. And Tom Brady threw a Hail Mary at the end of the game to Rob Gronkowski. And, all these little things. And, my name isn't in any of those plays, right? But I was kind of like a special teams guy on that team. But for me, and for that moment for me, and for my family, and for the people who had walked through that fight with me, it was man, 2 years ago, I was told I had a 10% chance of survival. That I would, even if I did survive, I would never be able to walk again without a cane. And I was out there on the field for Super Bowl 46, and we got a ring. And, the parade and everything out there. It felt very surreal. And honestly, it felt kind of like for the world, right? That was the end of the story, right? It was a nice way to wrap it up. A perfect Hallmark movie, it was hey, he got diagnosed. This is his goal, to play football again. And now he gets a ring. And I think that it's an experience that a lot of people who get diagnosed with cancer feel of, hey, they have this moment where everybody's with them and pulling for them and eyes are on them. And then they kind of get to the end of that chapter of their life and you feel like, well, maybe that part of the story's over, but my life's not over. I got tons of life to live left. And so I think for me, it was really saying, okay, let me reset this situation and say, okay, now what's the rest of my life going to look like? Cancer or no cancer, and how can I help give back? And how can I help other people experience this moment of jubilation, that I experienced on that field in Indianapolis? And that's why, I do share my story and why I do talk about, the truth of the depression that I felt and the realities of the treatment, because I'm also able to point them to, hey, this is what can be on the other end, and give them hope.
Great stuff by Mark Herzlich, Super Bowl champion, a man who overcame cancer to make the National Football League and win that Super Bowl ring in 2012, joining us on Freddie and Harry and SB Day 2025 on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We know you played at Boston College. You shared that story, and it's always a wonderful story how you got back on the football field. We know college football is markedly different now than when you played in 2010, even though that's only been 15 years. If I could give you one phrase or question to throw at you to describe potentially college football in 2025 as we get ready for the season, what word or phrase would you use, Mark, and why?
Ooh, I think that, man, what word or phrase would I describe the 2025 season? I would say opportunity. And it's maybe not, I think a lot of people are skeptical of the whole NIL system and rightfully so, of all the transfers. But when you look at, opportunity potential for some of these young people out there, and being able to find the right school for you, or to be able to find the right place or the right fit or the right coach. I mean, there's a plethora of opportunities. So I think that you see opportunistic schools that can really dive into their funding pools. And you look at, a team like SMU that, went to the ACC championship game in their first year in the ACC without accepting any TV deal money, right? It was all private funding.
Right.
You get opportunities for drastic growth at schools that you might not have thought would have had that opportunity 7 or 8 years ago. So I think that to me is kind of, I guess, the positive spin on everything that's been going on in college football is that you're going to have new opportunities for kids. You're going to have new opportunities for schools to make names for themselves. And that opportunity creates excitement. And I think we've seen that in college football over the last 2 years.
So, Mark, post-football, what are you most proud of and why?
Good question.
What I'm most proud of. So, after football, I got into ministry, and so as I kind of mentioned, my faith became a big part of my cancer journey. And I now work for an organization that fights human trafficking and modern day slavery all over the world. And so I connect with pro athletes and influencers and help them understand the reality and scope of human trafficking and modern day slavery. And right now there's 50 million people in the world trapped in slavery. And so the organization IJM that I work for, we go out and in the name of Jesus, we rescue these people. We provide them with care and aftercare and find their way back into society. And what I do is any pro athletes that are interested in this cause, I help guide them along that journey. So, we've rescued hundreds of thousands of people from bonded slavery and continuing to pursue that. So that's what I've been most proud of after, and then the development of my family. I got 3 young kids, and at one point was told because of my cancer I'd never be able to have kids. So, everything has been dedicated to the Lord and to my family.
You're a great man, Mark.
No doubt about that. Co-signing that, number one. And number two, anybody wants to continue to help out what you're doing, where can they find that information to help out, Mark?
Sure, yeah. If human trafficking or modern-day slavery tugs at your heartstrings at all, you can go to IJM.org. It's International Justice Mission, so IJM.org.
Keep fighting with the good faith, my friend Mark. Always a pleasure, my brother. Take care, and God bless you, my man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Great stuff by an FOFH friend of Freddie and Harry when it comes to Mark Herzlich, former NFL linebacker, also won a Super Bowl championship after overcoming cancer. And his work after football is even more impressive, as well as the fight to get back on the football field. Great stuff by Mark Herzlich joining us here on Freddie and Harry. You can join us at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Magic in Illinois. What do you have for us on SB Day 2025? Go ahead, Magic.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing there? Hey, it's a great day today for the show tonight. I always watch it. I'm glad it came aboard years ago. I had a ex-mother-in-law. She passed of cancer, so that C word. That's a hard word. That's a hard battle, but you can beat it. But you got to fight, like that young man Hunter down in Florida. He's fighting, 5-time cancer survivors. I mean, young kid, he's battling, he's fighting, man. So I'm praying for him. I'm praying for Robin Roberts. I'm praying for Stuart Scott. Definitely praying for him, and definitely praying for the ESPN guy who just got sick last month or 3 weeks ago. I forgot his name.
Jay Harris. Jay Harris. Yeah.
Jay Harris. Praying for him too and his family. So man, it's a hard work, but you got to battle. You got to be strong. You got to go in there with the power to fight. And it can be done. It can be done, guys.
And by the way, I'm very blessed. I have a chance to MC a great event, Coaches versus Cancer in Albany, New York, each and every year. I've done it for the last 15 years. Can't wait to do it again this year. And Harry, I'll never forget when Jeff Jones, who played in the ACC at Virginia and was a terrific coach of Old Dominion, and he said about cancer, it's a winnable battle, but it never stops, so you can't stop. Cancer does not take a day off. So in the battle against cancer, you can't take a day off. And I thought it was a perfect way to encapsulate exactly what kind of fight this continues to be, and having an important day that we love to be a part of, be blessed to be a part of. When it comes to SB Day 2025, that always rings in my head, Harry, what Jeff Jones said back then about cancer doesn't take a day off, which means the fight against cancer should never take a day off. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. You can always hit us up anytime you want on the socials at HDouglas83 and at Coleman ESPN. Continue to take your donations at v.org/donate here on Freddie and Harry, part of SB Day 2025. Meanwhile, that Bill Belichick guy can't stop talking about why things went bad like that at the end of his Patriots tenure. Wait until you hear the latest involving him if you keep it here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? And I think you have to have an enthusiasm for life. You have to have a dream, a goal. You have to be willing to work for it.
This is SB Day at ESPN. If you're able, please join us today in supporting the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Go to v.org/donate now.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World Command Center.
Paul, we have extreme heat warning. Summer 2025 is a hot one in Champaign-Urbana.
That's trouble for garage refrigerators.
One just went down in Rantoul. They need delivery right away, Paul.
Put them on for tomorrow. What's going on down here in Fisher?
It's a window air conditioner going out.
Can't have that. Good thing we deliver and install window ACs. We have plenty in stock.
Garage freezer NB man. Customer wants a technician out right away. She's afraid her beef is thawing.
Hate it when that happens. We have a tech in the area. Send Nate right over.
Copy that.
Team is like we talk about. At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we know what hot weather can do to home appliances. More importantly, we're always ready for the heat with fast, friendly repair service and delivery, plus the largest selection of appliances in Champaign-Urbana.
Paul, customer in Muhammad, needs a portable dehumidifier ASAP. Says his tools are rusting out from the humidity.
That can happen. We have dehumidifiers for pickup or fast delivery. Remember, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you get the whole store.
Wow!
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Mark your calendars for the Champaign County Fair, July 18th through the 26th. So many fun things to do at the fairgrounds in Urbana as you explore your options at champaigncountyfair.cc. Saturday, July 19th, it's the Demolition Derby at the Champaign County Fair. The night before, the fair opens up with a rodeo, monster trucks, motocross motorcycles, horses, the Midway, and fair food. Travis Tritt will be on the grand stage on July 25th as you try to win tickets from Stevie J Broadcasting. Listen for a Travis Tritt song on our country station, US 1059. When you hear it, text in TT for Travis Tritt to try and win a free pair of tickets. Text TT to 217-359-2255. Get more information at champaigncountyfair.cc. Have a blast this summer at the Champaign County Fair that fourth full week of July with Stevie J Broadcasting.
ESPN app. Earlier on Joe and Q.
Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson's contract both run through 2029, and while the Bears don't have a glowing record under the Poles watch, they've gone 15-36. But I think the message that they sent to the organization, Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson, and all the players in the locker room is, we believe in what you're going to do moving forward. This contract is not for what you've done, it's for what you're going to do.
Joe and Q, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
NFL Flag Championships are back.
This just only get bigger and better every year.
The next generation of stars are ready to ball out.
Let's go!
So many players, so much talent.
As the game takes center stage for the premier youth flag football event of the summer.
The title on the line in the shadow of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
NFL Flag Championships presented by Toyota. July 18th through 20th on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
On SB Day 2025, you got us here on Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. Keep sharing your stories at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. And don't forget to go to v.org/donate. Anything you want to donate always is going to be welcome. There's no such thing as too small or too big at v.org/donate. Meanwhile, as the Patriots continue to turn, involving Bill Belichick, who the last time I checked is still the head coach of the University of North Carolina. We'll see what his fiance has to say about that at a certain point. But he has not been shy about talking about his tenure, Harry Douglas, when he coached the team. He was asked at Fanatics Fest in New York to describe the best move he made in 30 years of coaching. Robert Kraft was asked to describe the best move he made in 30 years of owning the New England Patriots, and he talked about the time in 1999 when he traded a first-round pick and hired Bill Belichick from the New York Jets when he was the defensive coordinator. He also said that making such a bold move for Belichick was a big risk. Here's how Bill Belichick shot back by telling ESPN in response to that. As I told Robert multiple times through the years, I took a big risk by taking the New England Patriots head coaching job. I already had an opportunity to be the head coach of the New York Jets, but the ownership situation was unstable. I've been warned by multiple previous Patriot coaches, as well as other members of the other NFL organizations and the media, that job in New England was going to come with many internal obstacles. I made it clear that we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain the previous attained success, end quote.
Okay, so this is basically a measuring stick contest between Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick.
Uh-huh.
Guys, you guys were able to win 6 Super Bowls. Being connected with one another. Like, it's okay. You don't have to have that little beef, that little taco meat beef with one another. It's okay, fellas. My goodness. Like, it could have been a risk on both sides. Who gives a damn? Y'all won 6 Super Bowls. You got Tom Brady, who's the greatest of all time. Like, the Patriots organization, and with how they're viewed, because Bill Belichick was the head coach and Robert Kraft made the decision. Okay, fellas. Like, you know what? We can solve this.
How?
You know how they had them celebrity boxing matches?
I do not want to see those two in a boxing ring, please.
It's an easy solve.
No, it's not. That'd be a human sacrifice.
Go, Bill B. Go, Bill B. Go.
You do not need to have that. If you want a human sacrifice,
do your thing, Mr. Kraft, do your thing.
If you want a human sacrifice, create your own YouTube channel for that nonsense. We don't need to see 2 old men, a combined 155 years of age, in a boxing ring.
But Freddie, is it just me? Or do you feel the same way I feel? Like I'm listening to, or I'm reading 2 guys say things about one another.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, no, I want one up on you. No, I'm going to get the last, words in when it comes to this subject. Like,
well, this is what happens when ego continues to take over. And let's keep it 100. the Patriots took more risk on Bill Belichick than the other way around. Because I remember that press conference in New York when he said he resigned as the HC of the NYJ, and he looked like somebody had been in a bar fight and lost at that press conference with the New York Jets. So if anybody took a risk on somebody, it was Kraft on a guy that people looked at and said, man, you flamed out the Cleveland Browns. Why are you giving this guy another opportunity?
Well, that's another thing, right? It's not like Bill Belichick was just amazing when he coached the Cleveland Browns.
Thank you.
Let me say this. It's not like they had tremendous success when he was the head coach for the Cleveland Browns.
Right. I mean, they made the playoffs one time, which in Cleveland, usually you have a statue outside the stadium.
Have a damn parade.
No doubt about that. But whatever was not talked about for 20 years is coming to light right now.
Yeah.
How much those two guys, it was just a working relationship, and that was it, which is exactly the way Bill Belichick wanted it. So he shouldn't be surprised that Robert Kraft feels the need to speak out on how he felt, because he's being upfront and being honest. And Bill Belichick can handle that.
You can't handle the truth.
Either way, yikes when it comes to that. Welcome to another edition as the Old Men Patriots Turn, starring Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick here on Freddie and Harry. With Harry Douglas, I'm Freddie Coleman. Last night was fantastic for Major League Baseball, courtesy of the All-Star Game. How much can they trampoline that into the future for the young people? That's next.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
How much of a blast was it last night when it came to Major League Baseball All-Star Game? Score was optional. Everything that's cool about baseball happened last night. A 6-0 game became a 6-6 game. And then they had a home run off in which Kyle Schwarber, the Philadelphia Phillies, did the dance for the National League to win. The best thing about everything that happened last night was the fan engagement. So many different fans, young, old, male, female, no matter what nationality, no matter where they came from, were enjoying Major League Baseball on a summer night. The way it used to be, the way it has been lately, because Major League Baseball's on an upswing. And you know why? It's because the personalities are allowed to be shown in Major League Baseball. No more stuffy old people saying, we don't want that in our baseball. The more you've seen it lately, the more you want it, the more you crave it. And you know who benefits from that? Not just baseball, but you. And that's exactly what you deserve and what you needed from the sport. In 60 seconds, the fuel of Bills quarterback, Josh Allen.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
People can use fuel in so many different ways. Putting it in your car, your motorcycle, whatever it is. Well, the motorcycle quarterback known as Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, he knows that fuel begins and ends with one particular team, the Kansas City Chiefs. He said earlier this week that that's the fuel that keeps Buffalo going because they believe they're not that far away. That can be a very, very dangerous place to be because he's not wrong by saying that they're not that far away. in their 4 playoff losses, the last 3 of them, they were right there in the final possession, literally in the 3 losses to the Kansas City Chiefs. But sometimes you believe that you can't do something, that you don't need to do something to get past an albatross like that. That could be a very dangerous place to be, because if you don't wind up beating them, then all of a sudden you may have to start over and rebuild again. And Josh Allen better know that more than anybody else trying to take down Kansas City. For the ESPN Radio Sports
You're
Beat, I'm Freddie.
To WXJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. A Beal buyout. ESPN's Sham Sharania is reporting shooting guard Bradley Beal's agreed to a contract buyout with the Suns. Plans to join the Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after he clears waivers. Beal's giving back almost $14 million out of the $110 million on the final 2 years of his contract to complete that buyout with Phoenix. Going into his second season as Alabama's head coach, Kalen DeBoer is looking for the program's next starting quarterback. At SEC Media Days today, DeBoer reiterated Ty Simpson currently leads the competition with Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. ESPN college football analyst and former Alabama QB, Greg McElroy.
I think Ty Simpson is in a great position, though, to lock down the starting job. Now it's about just going out and doing it. He's a talented kid, highly regarded prospect, but now you have to develop that alpha dog mentality, that confidence in your own ability, because if you're not super confident in yourself, it's going to be tough for the guys to follow you. It's going to be tough for you to lead.
WNBA, Indiana's Caitlin Clark, right groin injury, questionable tonight against the New York Liberty.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Thursday, we keep asking the question, which QB could surpass Patrick Mahomes this season? And there's one name no one is talking about that should be number 1 on everyone's list. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
True that.
And the HD studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's true.
This is Freddie and Harry.
I'm taking my son to the home run derby tonight and also the All-Star game. So when they came home from school, she didn't have a happy look on her face. I said, "What's wrong, baby?" She said, "Well, you're taking Princey to 2 things, and you only took me to 1 thing." You didn't like that, Poop?
No.
Oh, she wasn't shy with that one.
So what does Daddy have to do to make it up to you?
Take me shopping.
Take you shopping.
Oh, boy, you're done. Stick a fork in you, man.
All right, you get out of here.
Stick a fork in you now. You're done. She said, "Take me shopping."
This is Freddie and Harry.
He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. You put us together. You have the best show on your radio on SB Day 2025 when it comes to Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance. Appreciate you joining us because we are here on the ESPN app. SiriusXM Channel 80. You better not forget about us and tune in and always tell that smart speaker of yours to play ESPN Radio. We will set up your weekend sports calendar because nobody's going to do it better for you like we're going to do it for you. That comes your way in 10 minutes. Getting a lot of people responding in terms of SB Day 2025. People making a lot of great donations. You can do the same thing as well at v.org/donate. That is v.org/donate. Share your stories with us at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. And on the socials at Coleman ESPN and at H Douglas 83, like Big L in the ATL, aka Sugar Bear. He says, "Guys, thanks always for being on point regarding SB Day." He just went to v.org/donate and donated, motivated by his next door neighbor who lost their battle, and for those who have overcome and were able to win that battle in the fight against cancer.
Yeah, Freddie, I encourage everyone listening right now, tell a friend, tell someone that you're close with, even if you're passing by someone you don't know. If you have an opportunity to tell them about the V Foundation and how to donate, do so, because it goes to a great cause. And you never know who life you may save or may help out by just donating. And whatever, God puts on your heart, doesn't matter what it is, whatever you have the ability to be able to give, every single thing counts. Everything counts. No matter how big or how small the donation may be, it all counts, and it's all for a great cause.
Because every little bit leads to a big bit, and every little bit you can do, whatever you can, the v.org/donate is there for you to make sure that's going to happen in the fight against cancer, part of SB Day 2025. Well, it was HD Day last night. at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game in his home city of Atlanta, Georgia. The game was fantastic, no doubt about it. At one point, the American League was down 6-0. They came all the way back and forced a 6-6, not extra inning game. It was 6-6 at the 9 innings. They had a home run off, and the guy who had the big stick was the man from Philadelphia.
He swings and sends one down the line and right. He's on a knee, and he has gone 3 for 3 to put the NL on top 4-3. What a show by Schwarber.
Major League Baseball, the All-Star Game right there on ESPN Radio. And believe me, when you can have Braves and Mets fans in harmony rooting for a Philly, you know you had a great All-Star Game with Kyle Schwarber winning that for the National League. And Kyle, how did you get to be chosen to be the dude?
It's funny. They ask you the first day that you get here, hey, you know, if we end up in a tie, are you okay with doing it? Like, Doc wants you to do it. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And you know, you don't really think there's a chance of the game going to be ending up in a tie. And then sure enough, you know, it does. But it was a fun little, you know, it was fun there, a little excitement there at the end. And, you know, it came down to the wire. And I know Pete was waiting there on deck to seal home, too. So just a lot of fun in general.
And no doubt about that. The Pete he's talking about, Pete Alonso, the New York Mets, who had a 3-run home run early in the game that allowed the National League to have a 5-0 lead. These are the kind of moments that if you're careful and you play it right, if you're Major League Baseball, could be seminal moments. You have superstars everywhere, especially two of the brightest that everybody knows in the world. Shohei Ohtani of Los Angeles Dodgers and Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Anytime they show up to an opposing ballpark, people show up in droves to see these two play baseball. When you have two seminal superstars like that and having a big stage last night where you're able to just keep moving that forward, these are the kind of opportunities Major League Baseball has not had in a while at an All-Star Game and a Home Run Derby. They can really maximize this if they play it smart. I can't wait to see exactly how Rob Manfred, as the MLB boss, is going to make sure this does not just become a one-night thing. It can carry over to different nights and different days for the fans of Major League Baseball, casual or hardcore fans.
Yeah, the stars were definitely out when you talk about Major League Baseball from a player standpoint, but also stars around the world. A lot of people came in to watch this All-Star Game in Atlanta. Atlanta was the perfect place, in my opinion, to be able to have Major League Baseball All-Star Weekend. And I would say this, a big name like Ohtani, he listen, in the first inning, did a great job getting a single up to center, and me being able to explain to my kid that, hey, son, hey, that guy right there. I told Princey, I said, he signed a $700 million contract. And he was like, whoa, like he can buy a lot of houses, Daddy? I said, a lot of them.
He can buy every house in the world.
Anyone he wants, son. Anyone he wants. But just in my opinion, Freddie, an awesome weekend for Major League Baseball. And I also want to give Major League Baseball a major shout out because, you know, the way they treated my family, my kids, my wife, and all of us, so gracious. And, you know, they provided so many things, and it was just such an awesome and cool time. And the players didn't disappoint. The staff didn't disappoint. The city of Atlanta didn't disappoint. Right. So if you're Commissioner Rob Manfred, you say to yourself, Major League Baseball is in an awesome place. Wonderful place. But also I'm going to put a little pressure on them, too.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to put a little pressure on people.
Because you love to do that, so carry on.
Yes. Can you keep it up? Can you continuously find ways to allow the game to be innovative?
Yeah, well, that's a good point because he's done enough in terms of making sure that the game is not stagnant, that the game doesn't just stop. He's done a great job. The pitch clock, where many people railed against that, and all the old heads were saying, well, baseball doesn't need a clock, and that's the beauty of baseball. It may not need a clock, but you need to perk it up a little bit.
I was one of those people. I was get off my lawn, because I'm a baseball enthusiast, so I was one of those people.
Yeah.
But when games are shortened and you can do extra things with that little bit of time, I'm going 45 minutes early on a little date night with my wife.
Look at you.
Because the baseball game ended early.
Always comes back to you. Not for the game or the sanctity of baseball, for the good of the fans. It has to benefit Harry Douglas more than anything else.
Why in the hell would I be talking about how it's benefiting everybody else? It's benefiting me and my love life.
Because that
Love Friday.
It's benefiting my love life, Freddie. I get to spend extra time with my honey bunny.
See, I can't call you selfish when it's all about what's going to happen involving you and Mrs. Douglas make things better. So I can't say that's a selfish maneuver.
With her, now she's happier, Freddie. See what I'm saying?
I can't believe how you spun that in your favor.
Hey.
And somehow that worked with
I went to school to be a lawyer.
Well, the defense rests because we have no argument against the prosecution.
Water to a well.
I haven't heard that in a long time. Tony in Montana at 888-729-3776. He has something to say about the great night for Major League Baseball and if it can carry on at least the rest of the season in the second half. Tony in Montana, what you got from Big Sky Country?
Well, hello, you Handsome Devils. I just wanted to weigh in here because last night was an electric game, and I haven't seen an all-star game that had that much kind of pop and sizzle and back and forth. But, baseball's in that kind of mind frame to, make some changes or make the game more accessible and make it more fun for a younger crowd. I'm almost 50, but I was jumping off my chair yesterday. What do you guys think about, the likelihood of baseball kind of taking this and saying, hey, what do you think about this? Because, man, I thought that had some serious sizzle at the end of the night.
That's a good question. I don't think they'll do that.
For an all-star game, it's perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
For a regular season game or a playoff game,
yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go that route.
Because what if you're one of these teams, right, that doesn't have one of these top-notch sluggers?
Yeah, these big chicks, these big chicks did the long ball kind of guys.
Yeah, you a single, double, triple, base hit type of team. Then you're pooped out of luck. Because you're not winning that home run derby at the end. Hey, you go ahead and pack your bags, baby. They're going to send you home. They're sending you right home. Could you think about a team like the Phillies, right? Mm-hmm. If you have Schwarber and Bryce Harper doing these things on the same squad,
right?
Versus a team who doesn't have these home run type hitters.
Right.
Oh, no. We're going to play these extra innings.
Well, the one thing about, I'm not going to say that he's completely wrong, Tony in Montana, when it comes to this, but when you get to the playoffs, everybody has those big boppers. You don't get, in long ball baseball, you can't just small ball your way to win a championship.
Because the Guardians weren't that team last year. They weren't that, like, home run hitting team like,
yeah,
the Yankees were, or other teams that may have been in the playoffs, like the Dodgers were, right? So, if it's a team like them, they're at a disadvantage.
We'll put it this way: they got the American League Championship Series, and then they ran to those big boppers because you're going to need that big shot that's going to help.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
though,
I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Disadvantage for teams like that.
Yeah, that's why it won't happen because I guarantee if you don't have those kind of guys on your squad, the last thing you want to do is be at that kind of disadvantage going in that.
You're talking about being a Scrooge.
Yeah. That's not being a Scrooge.
No. I'm saying if I'm on a team and we lose that way, knowing that we don't have home run sluggers like that, I'm gonna be a Scrooge the entire offseason.
Yes, you will. Or the team will say, we're going to get these guys to make sure that this doesn't happen again. It's worth it for the exhibition. That was the All-Star game, even though it didn't feel like one. It felt like a baseball game, like a pennant game. It really did. That's how much fun that was. And your Major League Baseball, especially when, to me, this is the best showcase we've seen from Major League Baseball regarding home run derby and all-star game combined to head into the second half of the season. We have not seen this in a long, long time. And especially your two biggest stars are playing like big boys. When it comes to Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees and Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that was something that Jeff Passan, ESPN Senior Major League Baseball Insider, talked about today earlier on the Pat McAfee Show.
Baseball right now in Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge have, I think, the two biggest stars of the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Like, these are real, transcendent, across all sports names that people know who do things that people can really, look at and say, hey, that's impressive. Shohei Ohtani playing both ways, hitting 50 home runs and stealing 50 bases. These are things that, baseball has a difficult time going across into the football realm, the basketball realm. But I think baseball has a moment right now.
When you have multi-platform stars that young people know and can't wait to see as a feeder system that you're going to need, that's why baseball, not just last night, but this has been the best spot that baseball has been in a long, long time. When you got that kind of firepower coming from your two biggest stars, with Shohei on the West Coast and Aaron Judge on the East Coast.
So that's why it was so important for those guys to match up last year in the World Series. Now, Shohei Ohtani came out on top. But if we happen to have a rematch of that, do you not think that all eyes are going to be glued to the World Series? Where you have the West Coast and the East Coast and the Dodgers and the Yankees and Ohtani and Aaron Judge?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Yeah, you get a part two of that. As a Mets fan, I hope it doesn't happen because I want my team to be there. But as a baseball fan, you get part two of that. Nobody is going to be mad at that. Keith in Albany, my friend, Major League Baseball, we believe it's in a great spot going into the second half, especially after last night and the home run derby. Captain Keith, what say you?
What's up, fellas? Pleasure. I've been trying to get through for a while, and I have the honor of getting through, and I appreciate you taking the call. I just want to touch base on what you guys were talking about incorporating that into the regular season. My take on that is, you're in the All-Star game. Obviously, there's big boppers. There's a home run derby. You got your big hitters. What about throwing that into the regular season? What kind of curveball is that going to throw into free agency signings? Maybe teams are going to realign their approach to who they sign that's going to fit their lineups, so you can get to that point to where that becomes a deciding factor. You are prepared to win bigger games at bigger moments.
Well, they're going to spend money no matter what, no matter who it is. If you believe a guy's out there that can help your baseball team, especially whatever OPS numbers he's putting up, you're going to sign that. I don't think the game or any kind of specific things to the game are going to dictate it. Let's call it as it is. If you're any kind of Major League Baseball team, what do you want the most right now? Pitching and guys that can knock the ball out of the park.
That's right.
That's why when Paul Skeens comes up for a contract renegotiation, the last year of his contract, you don't think that prize is going to be out there because there's no way he's staying in Pittsburgh. As much as I would love him to stay, that's an underrated baseball city. But why would you stay there if the organization's not going to commit to put better players around you or don't show the effort to draft to put better players around you? At that point, you take your 4 or 5 year contract with that team, that rookie deal, get the hell out of there. Take your signing bonus and go. So teams are going to spend money. It's not going to be dictated by what's going on, innovative stuff when it comes to the baseball game.
And the reason why a lot of these organizations, when you talk about Major League Baseball, especially a lot of the small market teams, why they don't go get those type of players is because they're getting their piece of the pie no matter what the circumstances are.
For those who don't know, Major League Baseball teams, when let's say the New York Yankees come to their ballpark, they get 70% of the revenue. That's how much money they make off teams like the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. That's why you'll never hear a small market owner talk about wanting a salary cap. They would lose money compared to the multi-billion dollars that they make off Major League Baseball, the big teams that carry Major League Baseball year after year.
And I will say this, one of the things that allow billionaires to become billionaires, a lot of them are cheap. They don't want to lose money. They don't want to spend money.
What's the old line? How you stay rich, make sure you don't spend money.
Exactly.
Make sure you don't kick out
money. So what
money.
make you think if they're going to make their profit no matter what, that they're going to spend top-notch dollars to bring in Major League Baseball players to their respective team on their cities?
They're going to make sure they have less money going out and more money coming in.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to small market owner. It bothers their fans.
I don't like it.
I hate it too.
But that's the reality of it.
It's the business they've chosen. And it's good business for everybody in Major League Baseball. He's Harry Douglas, Freddie Coleman, together on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. And if something was not mentioned that you had in mind, you can find if it can be covered at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE because you know what? It probably can be.
The 3 important things we need to see this week in sports.
1, 2, 3,
It's time for the Freddie and Harry.
Let's check in here.
Midweek check-in.
So these are the 3, maybe even 4 things that to set up your weekend calendar, because this way, if you have a hole in that calendar, Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman make sure it's going to be filled because that's what the midweek check-in is all about. Thanks to Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get great deals on the hottest tickets. This way you can experience it live. So Harry's in the leadoff spot, so let's get it going.
Number 1,
Major League Baseball All-Star Game last night. The automated ball strike system. Oh, my goodness, Freddie. It was fantastic. It needs to be implemented. It started at the bottom of the first inning when you had Skubal versus Manny Machado, and you had, I believe it was 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 4th pitch was thrown. It was calling the ball. Whoa, wait a minute. We got to make a phone call. Hey, we need to challenge this. Strike 3. Go sit down, Mr. Machado. Thank you for being at All-Star Weekend. It was successful all 4 times that it happened last night. So that's just a little birdie for Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, to say, we probably need to implement this and add this to the game on a regular basis. That's why it's one of my midweek check-ins.
My midweek check-in, I'll stay with Major League Baseball, and it involves you and your family. Harry Douglas is taking his son Princey to one of the games this weekend as the Atlanta Braves will host the New York Yankees. I wonder if Princey may root for Aaron Judge after what he saw part of All-Star Tuesday night against the fabled Braves of the Atlanta Braves. Because whatever is going to happen, Princey's a very curious, beautiful little boy. I can't wait to hear what Harry Douglas is going to say on Monday after the weekend in Atlanta that if Aaron Judge hits a home run and Princey starts jumping up and down, rooting for Aaron Judge because of him doing something like that, even though the Atlanta Braves are supposed to be the team of Casa de Douglas involved in that.
So is this kind of bad as a father, right? So as we're seeing things happen with the National League team last night, I also made sure I wasn't overemphasizing things that were happening because I didn't want my son to be like, oh, I want to be a fan of that team.
The old adage is start them when they're young.
So don't lie. When Pete Alonso hit that home run, Princey was like, whoa. And I was like, simmer the hell down a little bit, son. He plays for the Mets. Simmer down, baby. He plays for the New York Mets.
You're playing the wrong New York song. The Mets don't use that kind of song.
That's not what we're doing,
we want him to root for a winner, so.
What are you talking about? Our team's better than yours right now.
Right now. One team was in the World Series last year.
That's true. And what happened? Our team won more games of the team that beat the pants off you in the World Series.
A little banter on
the Mets didn't make the World Series.
It doesn't matter. We took 2 games off of them. You guys barely got 1. If we're going to play those kind of semantics.
All right, let me get to my second midweek check-in.
Here it is.
Number 2.
So I'm going to go which quarterback who's going into his second year will set the NFL on fire, not named Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
That's Caleb Williams. That's Drake May. That's Michael Penix Jr. That's Bo Nix.
All right.
So I can't wait to see which one of these guys or all of these guys going to light things up in their second year in the National Football League. Really looking forward to it coming into the 2025 season, but that's what's on my radar.
Okay. Number 2 for me involves a move that happened today. Bradley Beal bought out of his Phoenix Suns contract, signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers to be a part of that team involving Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Ivica Zubac, as well as everybody else. I can't wait to hear what Bradley Beal's going to say. I guarantee it's going to sound like this. Freedom, 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 freedom. Playing Kawhi over here. Getting the ball from James Harden over there. Keeping my money from the Phoenix Suns. Freedom, freedom. Whatever he's going to say, man, oh man, he's going to feel like a guy unleashed. Getting out of that situation, still getting a lot of his money, and now failing up and going to the Clippers, a team that would be really, really legitimate, they hope, in the Western Conference.
Number 3.
Number 3, we're going to the WNBA, and All-Star Weekend is coming up, and guess where it's located, Freddie? Indianapolis, Indiana. Yes, who plays there? Caitlin Clark for the Indiana Fever. Now, everyone is expecting to see her play in All-Star Weekend. She's been ruled out tonight because she re-aggravated a groin injury that previously forced her to miss 5 games, but this is devastating because so many young people and also older people are looking forward to watching Caitlin Clark play and be a part of a lot of the festivities at All-Star Weekend for the WNBA. Now, a second part of my midweek check-in is that I don't think enough people are talking about Angel Reese.
They should be, because she's been on the heater,
she's
man.
doing for the Chicago Sky.
She's been on the heater, man.
It's okay to talk great about both women. So go ahead. Talk about how great Angel Reese has been.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Over the last, I would say, 10 to 12 games.
Right. Leading the WNBA in rebounding at 12.6 rebounds a game. Here are the last 5 games for Angel Reese, starting from July 6th until now. 16 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. 15 points, 11 rebounds. 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 22 points and 10 rebounds. That's been a bad girl, that Bayou Barbie. And with her own shoe line just coming out, the way she's been playing, I'm not saying.
And her shooting percentage was 55 or greater in all 4 of those games.
There we go. Our WNBA guy when it comes to Eric Hanneman. And staying on the WNBA tip, there's going to be a lot of conversation about potential work stoppage in 2026. I wonder how much of that conversation will be a part of All-Star Weekend this weekend with the WNBA. And they've been on the heater as well with ratings, attendance, the whole 9. But that conversation will be there, as well as Caitlin Clark, how much she may not be able to play because of a groin injury that she re-aggravated last night and then went over to Connecticut Sun. But that game played in Boston, and over 18,000 people showed up to see that. WNBA ladies, Take a bow. You've earned your flowers. He is Harry Douglas, and I'm on the socials at HDouglas83. I'm Freddie Coleman. You can do the same with me at Coleman ESPN. It is SB Day 2025 when it comes to Freddie and Harry and ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Last hour, we heard the legendary speech by the late, great Jim Valvano. Well, Stuart Scott gave a legendary speech as well, the late, great Stuart Scott. And if you've never heard it, you can't wait to hear it. You're going to have a chance to have a feeling with that after Harry gives you this word from Vivid Seats.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every single ticket, folks, is backed with a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you that peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of who, Freddie?
ESPN.
Listen to what Jim Valvano said 21 years ago. I now have a responsibility to also not ever give up. I'm not special. I just listened to what the man said. I listened to all that he said, everything that he asked of us. And that's to build the V Foundation.
It's SB Day. If you're able, we hope that you'll join us today and support the critical work of the V Foundation for Cancer Research in honor of our friend, Stuart Scott. Go to v.org/Stuart now to help the V Foundation achieve victory over cancer. That's v.org/Stuart.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Defense! The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Enjoy free yoga at Urbana Park District's Meadowbrook Park each Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. No experience needed. All are welcome. Bring comfortable clothes and your yoga mat or a towel. Instructors can modify the exercises to your experience level. Yoga is a great way to exercise and refresh the mind and soul. Make new friends or bring friends. Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 at Meadowbrook Park. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World Command Center.
Paul, we have extreme heat warning. Summer 2025 is a hot one in Champaign-Urbana.
That's trouble for garage refrigerators.
One just went down in Rantoul. They need delivery right away, Paul.
Put them on for tomorrow. What's going on down here in Fisher?
It's a window air conditioner going out.
Can't have that. Good thing we deliver and install window ACs. We have plenty in stock.
Garage freezer NB man. Customer wants a technician out right away. She's afraid her beef is thawing.
Hate it when that happens. We have a tech in the area. Send Nate right over.
Copy that.
Team, it's like we talk about. At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we know what hot weather can do to home appliances. More importantly, we're always ready for the heat with fast, friendly repair service and delivery, plus the largest selection of appliances in Champaign-Urbana.
Paul, customer in Muhammad, needs a portable dehumidifier ASAP. Says his tools are rusting out from the humidity.
That can happen. We have dehumidifiers for pickup or fast delivery. Remember, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you get the whole store.
Wow!
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Stevie J Broadcasting, with our studios here in the center of the universe, is excited about all the things coming along with Philo's sesquicentennial celebration. On Thursday, July 17th, enjoy Philo's Got Talent and an opportunity for you to be a part of this variety show. Friday, July 18th with Farm Day, the Kitty Tractor Pull starts at 6. Next Thing Smokin' hits the stage at 8. And on Saturday, July 19th, it's Family and Kids Day. Sign up for the 5K now. There's a 1K walk and a kid fun run. Brought to you by Campus Inc. and Illinois Marathon. The Philo Parade is July 19th, starting at 11. Then you can view the antique vehicles with the Illini Collector Car Club doing their show at noon. It's the Philo Sesquicentennial finale on Sunday the 20th, a pork chop and hot dog dinner along with 90s Daughter, then the fireworks around 9:15. Learn more about Philo's 150th anniversary celebration at thevillageofphilo.com.
A medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Bradley Beal's time with the Suns is done after 2 seasons. He's agreed to a contract buyout with Phoenix and plans to join the Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after clearing waivers, reports ESPN's Shams Charania. Adding Beal makes LA better, in the opinion of ESPN NBA reporter Tim McMahon.
He is a great fit as a guy who, look, it didn't work in Phoenix, but he averaged 18 points per game for the Suns, 50, 40, 80. He can still put the ball in the hole, and I just think he's a much better fit with the Clippers and a much better contract, obviously, for the Clippers.
Beal's giving back almost $14 million out of the $110 million on the final 2 years of his contract to complete the buyout with the Suns. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark downgraded out against the New York Liberty with a right groin injury. Her status for WNBA All-Star festivities this weekend up in the air. Golf. Scotty Scheffler, betting favorite at the Open Championship, plus 550 according to ESPN Bet Lines. 4th time this year he enters a major as the betting favorite. Rory McIlroy, second best odds at plus 750.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Thanks for letting SportsCenter flow. Alongside Rich Eisen, I'm Stuart Scott. Top 5. Booyah!
Just fearless, head held high. Big dreams, big boss doing big things.
Call this kid Butter, 'cause he's on roll. You gotta see it to believe it. Them kids was off day easy. Swoops, there it is. As cool as the other side of the pillow.
It's ESPY Day. If you're able, we hope that you'll join us today and support the critical work of the V Foundation for Cancer Research in honor of our friend, Stuart Scott. Go to v.org/Stuart now to help the V Foundation achieve victory over cancer. That's v.org/Stuart.
He is still missed until this day. Even though he's been gone more than a little bit, we will always remember Stuart Scott, part of ESPY Day 2025 here on Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance with Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. We know about Jimmy V's famous speech back in 1993, part of the ESPYs. Well, Stuart Scott was honored with the Perseverance Award back in 2014, and unfortunately left us soon after that, January that next year in 2015. Hard to believe. That's been 10 plus years involving Stuart Scott. But his speech, like Jimmy V's, living on in the hearts and the minds of so many people. If you heard it, you can't wait to hear it again. If you've never heard it, prepare to be entertained and also to be inspired.
Every day I am reminded that our life's journey is really about the people who touch us. When I first heard that I was going to be honored with this reward, the very first thing that I did was I was speechless, briefly. I've presented this award before. I mean, I've watched in awe as Kay Yao and Eric LeGrand and all these other great people grace this stage. And although intellectually I get it, I'm a public figure, I have a public job, I'm battling cancer, hopefully I'm inspiring. At my gut level, I really didn't think that I belonged with those great people. But I listened to what Jim Valvano said 21 years ago. The most poignant 7 words ever uttered in any speech anywhere. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Those great people didn't. Coach Valvano didn't. So to be honored with this, I now have a responsibility to also not ever give up. I'm not special. I just listened to what the man said. I listened to all that he said, everything that he asked of us, and that's to build the V Foundation. And let me tell you, man, it works. I'm talking tangible benefits. You saw me in that clinical trial. Now, here's the thing about that. Coach Valvano's words 21 years ago, helping me and thousands of people like me right now, direct benefits. That's why all of this, why we're here tonight, that's why it's so important. I also realized something else recently. You heard me kind of allude to it in the piece. I said, I'm not losing. I'm still here. I'm fighting. I'm not losing. But I got to amend that. When you die, that does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live. So live, fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, then lay down and rest and let somebody else fight for you. That's also very, very important. I can't do this don't give up thing all by myself. I got thousands of people on Twitter and on the streets who encourage me. I got these amazingly wonderful people at ESPN. I got corporate executives, my bosses, this is true, who will text message me. And they'll say, hey, heard you had chemotherapy today. You want me to stop by on the way home from work and pick you up something to eat and bring it to you? Seriously? Who does that? Whose boss does that? My bosses do that. But even with all that, the fight is still much more difficult than I even realized. What you didn't see in the piece is what's gone on probably the last 10 days. I just got out of the hospital this past Friday. 7-day stay. Man, I crashed. I had liver complications. I had kidney failure. I had 4 surgeries in a span of 7 days. I had tubes and wires running in and out of every part of my body. And guys, when I say every part of my body, every part of my body. As of Sunday, I didn't even know if I'd make it here. I couldn't fight. But doctors and nurses could. The people that I love, my friends and family, they could fight. My girlfriend, who slept on a very uncomfortable hospital cot by my side every night, she could fight. The people that I love did last week what they always do. They visited, they talked to me, they listened to me, they sat silent sometimes. They loved me. And that's another one of the components of the V Foundation. This whole fight, this journey thing is not a solo venture. This is something that requires support. I called my big sister Susan a few days ago. Why? I needed to cry. It was that simple. And I know that I can call her. I can call my other sister Cynthia, my brother Stephen, my mom and dad, and I can just cry. And those things are very important. I have one more necessity. Yeah, it's really two. Two very vibrant, intelligent, beautiful young ladies. The best thing I've ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad to Taylor and Sydney. It's true. I can't ever give up because I can't leave my daughters. Yes, sometimes I embarrass them. Sometimes they think I'm a tyrant. That's a direct quote. There is an adjective that described tyrant too, but I'm not going to go there. But Taylor and Sydney, I love you guys more than I will ever be able to express. You two are my heartbeat. I am standing on this stage here tonight because of you. My oldest daughter, Taylor, I wanted her to be here, but college sophomore, summer school, second semester, starting this week. Baby girl, I love you, but you go do you. You go do that. My littlest angel is here, my 14-year-old. Sydney, come up here and give Dad a hug because I need one. I want to say thank you, ESPN. Thank you, ESPYs. Thank all of you. Have a great rest of your night and have a great rest of your life.
The late, great Stuart Scott giving a speech. We got the Perseverance Award back at the ESPYs back in 2014. And I'll never forget the last time I saw him, where he was doing Sports Center and you knew it was off and on because of what he was dealing with. And usually when he would get out of Sports Center about 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when I was doing late nights at that time. And I had just left my desk. He was just finishing Sports Center. And we had a great conversation before we walked to each other's cars and golf into the night. And I gave him like a big hug, and I didn't want to let him go because you just never know at that standpoint. And I'll never get that conversation where I said, dude, we got you. Just stand on our shoulders. And he goes, that means the world to me because so many people reached out to me to let me know that. And he was very humble about people letting him know that, hey, we got you. Let us handle this for you as best we could. And I've never, ever forgot that conversation. Not even a year later, he had passed away. And I'll never get driving home from vacation in South Carolina and seeing that news scrolling all over the place. And I couldn't stop crying for at least the first 2 hours of that drive before I finally got myself and was able to get a hold of myself to finally get it together.
I just want to tell Stuart Scott, thank you. Thank you, number one, for being your authentic self and allowing people who look like me to understand that, yes, we can be in spaces like ESPN, doing Sports Center, on TV, being our authentic selves. And the last thing I'll say, Freddie, no diggity, no doubt.
Well done by you. And as he always said, booyah when it came to Stuart Scott. As a part of SB Day 2025 here on Freddie and Harry with Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, you can always make any donation. There's no such thing as too big or too small. You can do that at v.org/donate. That is v.org/donate.
I listened to what Jim Valvano said 21 years ago. I now have a responsibility to also not ever give up. I'm not special. I just listened to what the man said. I listened to all that he said, everything that he asked of us. And that's to build the V Foundation.
It's ESPY Day. If you're able, we hope that you'll join us today and support the critical work of the V Foundation for Cancer Research in honor of our friend, Stuart Scott. Go to v.org/Stuart now to help the V Foundation achieve victory over cancer. That's v.org/Stuart.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Habitat for Humanity provides a unique opportunity for hardworking people and families to build their own homes.
Clear out the clutter and make a difference by donating to the Habitat for Humanity of Champaign County Restore. Your gently used furniture, appliances, and home goods help build homes, community, and hope right here in Champaign County. Drop off donations behind the Champaign County Restore at 1914 Glen Park Drive or schedule a free pickup for qualifying items. Visit cuhabitat.org or call 359-0507. Your clutter changes lives. Donate today.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Network. You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
You ain't get this cancer about you. Let's do it.
Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
1, 2, 3, never give up!
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
He did it! He did it! No hitter for Jim Abbott!
Jim Abbott defied the laws of Major League Baseball.
He's learned to handle what he calls his situation, being born without a right hand.
He threw a no-hitter at Yankee Stadium, which is amazing. I don't care how many limbs you have.
E60 presents Southpaw, the life and legacy of Jim Abbott. Streaming now on ESPN+.
Amerindian.
When you're used to having the power, you're not used to someone not inviting you to a power meeting. And that's exactly what happened here. That's the future of the Lakers. Personally, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. It's a natural gravitation. Here comes the ebb and flow. The ebb is Luka. The flow out is LeBron. And it's happening. It happens to all of us.
Amerindian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny.
DK Metcalf is good at some of the things that Aaron Rodgers likes to do now. Go balls, slants, pitches. And DK has the ability to win those one-on-ones if Rodgers trusts him. If you're in fantasy, I would absolutely fight DK because who the hell else is getting the football in this offense?
Oh, you say that until Johnny Smith gets 130 targets this year.
Arthur Smith in the corner rubbing his hands together.
Check out the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
The 2025 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back. Where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. This is where tradition meets trending. And every moment, history. August 18th through September 7th. And for the first time ever, the Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 24th. All tickets on sale now at usopen.org. Spectacular awaits.
This This is Joe and Q.
What I do like about the Jets, not just the signings, not just the culture that Aaron Glenn is trying to create, we haven't heard anything about them. We haven't heard how great they're going to be and how they've got the greatest quarterback, or they got this, or they've got that. The organizations that are the best ran in the league are the ones that aren't making a lot of noise. The noise that they're making is, we just signed Garrett Wilson. We just signed Sauce Gardner. And now we're going to go about our business with training camp around the corner.
Joe and Q, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
With Harry Douglas, Freddie Coleman together on SB Day 2025 when it comes to Freddie and Harry. Thanks for joining us on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, and don't forget to tell your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. Keep weighing in when it comes to your stories at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, and don't forget to go to v.org/donate, v.org/donate. No donation is too small. No donation is too big on one of the most important days that we do when it comes to SB Day 2025. We're taking the clock, Harry Douglas. 52 days away from the NFL season.
Talk to me.
Before the Cowboys and the Eagles get together to kick off NFL 2025. So the more we get closer and closer through July, we get the training camps and preseason football and then National Football League action back once again. A lot of conversation about quarterbacks, our kingdom for quarterbacks. And not too long ago, 7 days ago, when it comes to one specific quarterback named Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears, our man Chris Canty from Unsportsmanlike with him, Evan Cohen, and Michelle Smallman, Monday through Friday on ESPN Radio from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. He says Caleb Williams may be in year 2, but
it was very underwhelming what we got from Caleb Williams last year. About the best thing that he did is not throw interceptions, but he didn't have a hell of a lot of touchdowns that he threw, and he took a lot of sacks that were unnecessary. So Caleb Williams has got to make a quantum leap in year 2 in order to validate the Chicago Bears' decision to go with him above all of the other options that they could have had over the last couple of years.
Okay, so let's take Jaden Daniels out of the equation. The other 4 quarterbacks, Harry Douglas, about to go into their second year, and all will be starting quarterbacks. The aforementioned Caleb Williams in Chicago, Drake May, the New England Patriots, your man Michael Penix Jr. for the Atlanta Falcons, and Bo Neesy, as I'm calling him, Bo Nix of the Denver Broncos. Taking Jaden Daniels out of that question. Out of those 4 quarterbacks, which quarterback do you believe will set the NFL on edge and do his thing in 2025?
Give me that hefty lefty. I'm going with Michael Penix Jr., a natural thrower of the football. And also, you look at the pieces that he is surrounded by. And I'll start with the running back position. 2 solid guys that complement one another very, very well. When you look at Bijan Robinson, one of the most skillful running backs that we actually have in the NFL today, there's not going to be one person that brings him down. And the reason why I'm talking about him in this light is because it's not just him, Michael Penix Jr., handing the football off to him. Bijan had over 60 receptions out of the backfield. So he's a threat and a target in the pass game for Michael Penix Jr. to be able to deliver the football to. Tyler Algier is another guy that's going to be able to help that run game along with Bijan. But you look at Drake London, who was top 10 in receiving yards in 2024. Darnell Mooney at the other wide receiver spot. He did a great job. He was probably one of the most underrated free agent signings, I thought, of the entire NFL last season. Coming over from the Chicago Bears and really, having over 900 yards receiving for the Atlanta Falcons. And when games were on the line, he was able to step up and make plays. Then you look at the tight end position. You say to yourself, man, they drafted Kyle Pitts. Top 10 overall. Kyle Pitts, outside of his rookie season, that's when he had Matt Ryan, has not been the player they expected him to be. But I believe Michael Penix Jr. is going to be able to get him there.
Okay.
I believe Michael Penix Jr. is going to be able to have Kyle Pitts in the light that we haven't seen him since his rookie season.
Okay. Look at you representing your team. I like that. Representing the organization you played for 7 years. I like that as well.
Stop that.
I said 7. I said 7 years. You played for Tennessee for 3. I didn't leave them out.
Well, I know, but, Michael Penix Jr., he is a sharpshooter. He can beat you short, Freddie, intermediate, deep.
Okay.
The accuracy, throwing outside of the numbers.
Right, and I gave you a chance to have your say on that, and also, hey, stop that. It's your team. You want them to do well.
Well, just like the movie Love Jones. Mm-hmm. When Lorenz Tate was up there giving his little spiel, talk that talk, honey.
Exactly.
Walk that walk, money.
Yeah, you better hope Michael Penix Jr. can walk the back of that talk, involving him in year 2 as a starting quarterback.
Okay, you're right.
I'll give you another guy. I think that Bo Neasy guy in Denver is going to be even better. And you look at his numbers, you say, wow, he actually did that thing. Over 3,700 yards passing, 29 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions, not bad for a rookie. Ran for 4 touchdowns in that offense where he did a lot of RPO stuff that put him even more of a threat from the quarterback position. And he's got guys that he can throw to. Cortland Sutton, I think he's going to have 100 catches this year. I think that much if he can stay healthy, he's going to be really good. Marvin Mims Jr., not a bad number 2. Devon Valley, keep an eye on him, who can be really good as a third wide receiver. And Evan Ingram is now part of this team at tight end for the Denver Broncos. And Sean Payton loves to have an offense in which you can throw to the tight end, and that guy can't wait to receive those kind of patches from Bo Nix. Many people believe that Denver could be a rightful challenger in the AFC West of the Kansas City Chiefs. If that's going to be the case.
Who is that person that believes it?
Well, it's not me. It's you.
Say him.
It's you. It's Harry Douglas.
Talk him up, Freddie.
Well, if your belief is going to come true and come to fruition, then Bo Neasy better be easy in the quarterback position for the Denver Broncos. Year 1 was better than advertised. Year 2 could be something special in the Mile High City of Denver with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix as a player. I remember back when he was at Auburn as a starting quarterback. I said to myself, nah, Bo Nix not going to play quarterback in the National Football League. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Found a way to get it done.
Yeah, now it's yep with him playing quarterback in the NFL. Although it's a long way to go where Josh Allen is the Buffalo Bills. Where they are next to Kansas City is not good for Buffalo. That's next.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Jerry Jones is the face in the NFL. The number one team that we talk about in all of sports in the United States of America would be the Dallas Cowboys. He has led this group for 30 plus years. We care about everything they do. We care about everything he says.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
The summer is heating up with Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four.
Light him up, Johnny!
On July 25th.
Time to save the planet.
What's the plan?
Trust me, I hate that plan.
That's a bad plan. Come on.
Terrible.
That's a stupid plan.
Prepare for fantastic.
We will face this together as a family.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. First steps. Only in theaters July 25th. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13. Get tickets now.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point. With Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Smalls, Terry McLaurin last season, 82 catches, 13 touchdowns. He's awesome, no doubt. Jaden Daniels, his quarterback, in the rankings that we've discussed all week, Jaden Daniels, after 1 year, is 5th overall. If Jaden Daniels is that great, which he was last year, and I just traded for Deebo Samuel, and I'm paying him, I can't pay another guy the way I operate, the way my QB rules work. I don't pay wide receivers to make quarterbacks great. I pay quarterbacks to make wide receivers great. So is Jaden Daniels the 5th best quarterback in the league or not? Because if you think he's the fifth best quarterback in the league, you have a number you're not going to go over with Terry McLaurin.
And even though Jaden Daniels, as voted on by different people within the NFL world, according to our Jeremy Fowler, is currently a top 5 quarterback, he's still a young quarterback.